What's up? What's the word?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
For having me.
Hey, cutie.
Hi.
What's up, little dude?
Good job.
So, baby, before what can I call you today? Is it Bianca? How are we addressing you today?
BB, Bianca, either one is fine.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know how long now. I can't even. I've been just saying Bianca. I can't say BB.
Well, say Bianca.
That's what I'm saying, Bianca. Then.
What are you doing too much today?
You want to pray about it?
That's crazy. So, Bianca.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this before we get into you. I just want to know what's your thoughts on the whole little rap beef and all our favorite entertainers getting into it.
I don't even know what's going on for real, honestly.
That's the best way to be.
Saw something about Glorilla and JT, and then I just saw JT and Carisha. I mean, I don't really care for what's going on between them. I got other stuff to worry about, so I'm not too much into their rap beef. I feel like it's probably a distraction. Like, I don't know. I just feel like JT and Carisha, they could have chopped it up over the phone, but I mean, rap beef don't really entertain me for real. Like, so I'm not too intrigued in it and like what's going on. So
True.
I feel like they trying to distract us too. Joe Biden trying to get my student loans erased, and they distracting us from it.
Yeah, I'm always talking about some distraction.
Man, it could be. Nah, I rock with it. So you say you be having your own stuff going on. Like one of the main reasons we brought you on here today as a guest because we wanted you to spread what you got going on. So tell a little bit of people about who you are and what you got going on.
Okay, so I am an autism advocate, mom, and content creator. So I am on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, of course. I just pretty much share our journey on my platforms where I built an online presence. There are a lot of autism dads, moms, aunties, cousins, uncles. Everybody tune into my pages and they come to me for like resources, advice. I'm sorry, he over here doing. Come here. Don't do that, okay? So because he was diagnosed with autism, I've always been the type to want to start like support groups because I'm an educator. So we have a lot of like group things going on at work to help other moms and other students in the building. So with me having like that background knowledge and knowing like how to maneuver with certain situations, I decided to start my own support group. I don't know. It just came about. I'm like, I just want to share my journey. And I got started. I started uploading videos of me and OJ, what he eat, what we do, and it just took off from there.
Okay. So what like the content creation part? Like I think that's the issue. Like how we started our conversations because you just posting like you curating.
You
content.
sound kind of low. I could barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that. So the content creating part. Let's talk about that part. Like, what was the process of getting to that, and how did you know this was the right way to help expand your message?
So I just want to put out there, like, I never intended to be a content creator, not this big advocate, influencer, whatever people want to put the label on. I never intended it to be this big and how far I've grown it. I was in a hospital one day with my son because he's autistic. He has a feeding disorder. He was dehydrated. When he's sick, he be in a hospital for like a week long. So we were in a hospital. I was bored. I already knew I wanted to share my journey. So I just created my Instagram page while I was in a hospital. He's sick. He's asleep on his IV. And I just created my logo. I've always been like a business savvy type of person. Once I graduated college, I already knew that I wanted to do nails. I needed some type of hustle. So I did nails first before I became like an autism advocate. Started nails because he wasn't even born yet. Once he was born, Still did nails for some time, but it started taking up too much of my time, and I had to pay attention to my son, so I had to give that up because it required too much hands-on and labor work. Like I couldn't do it. So with me being an educator, I put him into early intervention because I noticed very early on, like, wait, he not walking. He didn't walk till he was like 15 months, which, kids develop how they develop. I just noticed little things about him. Also, his dad did as well. He used to toe walk. The way he used to pick up things was abnormal. Like he used to pick up things like with the side of his hand. Barely he wasn't responding to his name at all. He had no eye contact. So at the moment, I didn't know what autism was. Didn't even think that it could have been autism. I just knew something not right with my baby. He's not hitting these milestones. So we set him up with early intervention at the age of 2. He aged out of that at age 3. And once I found out he was autistic, and once we had all been going through what we already have experienced, I decided I want to create a support group. Just because, like, that's just how I am. I just want to share my story. I don't know. Nothing really inspired me like, oh, I see this other mom, have her support group, because it wasn't really as big as a topic as it is now when I started mine 3 years ago. I was just getting started. I think I only came across one autism page, and her name is Camille, the Moments of Joy podcast. So she's pretty big. She's a big autism advocate as well. But at the time, it wasn't really no platforms, especially for people that look like me. So I started a support group, and it grew from there.
So how impactful has like your support group been? Because I can imagine it's a lot to manage. A support group, you're an advocate, you're an educator, you're a mom. Like that's a lot to manage in one. So like how impactful has that support group been to you?
Like when you say it's impactful, you talking about like parts of like her life? Yeah,
like personally. Like outside of like feeling like, oh, I have to be an advocate, I have to put up content. Like personally as a person, how impactful has it been to you?
So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's a lot. It's stressful in a good way. It's a lot for me having to manage being a mom, being an educator, having to go to work, then get off of work, attend to my son. He has all of the therapies and the things that he has to do. Then I gotta worry about, oh shoot, I gotta film some content. I gotta pull my phone out every 5 seconds to record what we're doing. It's easy to capture the moment because we like to be on our phones anyway. A little bit challenging for me because OJ comes with 1,001 items. I gotta have his backpack, his monkey, his block, his tablet. So like, I just gotta have this strategy. Like I have to prioritize before I leave the house. This is what I'm bringing with me. This is what we need. I have to know in my head that when I get in the car, I'm gonna film this content before we get to the next destination, so I can kind of have it like set and rolling. But it's impactful for me to know that, wow, I get up and do all of this. Like I have to keep going because now I created this online presence. I also have an in-person community as well. I just recently met them over the weekend. We'll get into that a little bit later. But what you doing? I'm sorry. OJ, don't do it. Okay, I'm sorry. So what did I leave off at?
You good, girl.
How was it?
You said you have an in-person.
Yes, I have an online community as well as an in-person community now. So me just knowing that so many people always say that I am aspiring to them. I help them out with my content. They love my content. And with me having the platform that I have, I use my voice in many ways. Like people always ask me the same type of questions. So I put together a free guide for them to, if they come to my page, they can download that and they can read my whole initial process of how I went about getting him diagnosed. So just so that it can kind of like knock out those new questions that I get all the time. And then after you've read that little, document, you can ask me other questions. So I try to make it simple when people first, come across my page, because I get lots of DMs, comments, and they are the reasons why I still pick up my phone and make this content, because it's hard juggling all of that. Yeah, people think content creating sounds easy, but it's really not. It's a process.
Okay, because I struggle with creating content for myself, and I don't got no kids. It's
a process.
So you say the creative process of creating content, it can be a thing. It could be a lot. So when you say a lot, like take us through like your process of creating content and some of the things that you, let's say, the roadblocks you may have, the frustrating parts, and then also within that, just tell us how you overcome it as well.
So my life is pretty straightforward. I'm not one of those content creators where I have to put together a prank or a skit. Like I'm literally showing my everyday lifestyle. So that's the easy part. I'm not making nothing up. Everything is strictly raw, transparent. So it just really depends on what I want to touch on for the day. If I want to talk about feeding therapy, if I want to talk about how he is in public, how we do on car rides. I just go with the flow. Actually, I don't always say I'm just going to strictly focus on how he acted in the car today. If I see an interesting moment, I'm going to pull my phone out. So we'll wake up, I'll get him ready for the day, warm up his chicken, pack his bag, we'll leave out the house, have all of our essentials. Man, y'all, I got this big old bag with the block, the tablet, the monkey, because those are his essentials. It depends. I might want to record him while he's walking down the stairs. I might want to show how independent he can be getting into the car, or I would show moms like, this is what my car looks like because he eats this chicken all day. Or I film a lot of car content now, simply because I am always on the go. So that also makes it easier for me. So when I leave the house, I can just sit in my car, or if I pull over drive, I can make car content, him in the back a little bit. It just really depends on where I am at the time. If I feel like that's a perfect moment to capture, my supporters might want to see OJ in this form. So, and I'll say it's a lot to juggle when it comes to, I guess, condensing the content and posting it and having to navigate all these different platforms. I got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. So that's the most frustrating part, having to edit the videos and upload them to each one. And I be tired at the end of the day. I got content from yesterday that I still didn't upload. I thought I was going to do it today. I'll probably end up uploading it tomorrow. So it's just, whenever I get to it, I try to get to it as quick as I can. So.
Hey, from a one content creator to another, like you're doing an amazing job. Like we see you, like we understand your frustrations and like how hard it can be, and not only gonna say hard, just the difficulties that comes with it. So you doing your thing. Now,
thank you.
No problem. So now one of the things that caught my attention when it came down to you, when you was creating content, you was posting the monions and the funds that you was getting from the content, and I'm always down with a bag and need more information about the bag. So can you kind of explain to us like how monetization works in content, in your content, in the way you do content?
So I only get paid from TikTok right now. You get paid 4 cents. So it's a lot that goes into the video. So they just changed the program again. It's now called the Creator Funds Program. You have to create minute-long videos. Cannot be less than a minute. Your viewers have to view the video for more than 5 seconds in order for it to be a qualified video. So it's more requirements in order to get into the program, but I'm not going to get into all of that. I just know that my supporters have to watch my video 5 seconds or longer in order for me to be paid that 4 cents per 1,000 views. So you have to really get a lot of views in order to get paid. So TikTok pays the lowest. I'm trying to transition over from TikTok too, but also YouTube. I heard Instagram don't even really pay how they should, so I'm not even focusing on Instagram right now. So YouTube and TikTok are my main priorities right now. From TikTok, I done made money from the actual app, just posting videos. I have my community, so I've made money from selling digital products. I have a digital product for potty training, because a lot of us in the community, our babies are not potty trained. They 5, 6, 7, they might be 8, 9, and 10, still not potty trained. So I have a potty training guide that offers tips and his potty training strategy that we are currently using. And I offer some type of self-care, extra journals and stuff for the parents, because I didn't want to just have everything geared towards the children. So I got stuff for parents and the kids. So that's also how I make money. But of course, I'm into the program. I can get paid from being on TikTok Live. People can send me, y'all know Pinky Doll when she was doing her NPC.
Mhm.
You can just be on regular live and people can just send you that money, those coins. It adds up. My biggest check I received from TikTok was like $6K, and that was last summer, I do believe.
6,000.
One of his videos did like 21 million. But I also feel like when you in these programs, of course, all those views not gonna be qualified, of course. So I feel like maybe I don't want to say I was cheated in a way, but of course, 21 million, they not about to pay me for the 21 million. So
But 6,000, shoot, that's enough for me to pay a little rent, you know?
but there's other ways for you to monetize though. Like they have the affiliate program where you can promote products according to, you know, whatever your content is about, and you can get money paid from there. So it's lots of ways to get paid on TikTok.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I'm finna say this. Like, I think now that it's not crazy. I like to say that a lot, but what's interesting about us all this is that a lot of people that study in the market and studying the game, they understand content. But right now, people don't even we have to understand what's next in content, and I think you're kind of explaining it like what's next in content is just being understanding how to make all work for you. It's just like in the music industry, like a lot of people don't understand the business, so they don't even understand how to make their likability work. But you understand your likability, you understand your, like, I like how you use the word community because that's what we use here. So it's like, it's dope. Like, it's like your community, you understand your community, you understand what they need, and you understand pretty much what they pay for.
You can serve them better.
Yeah. And it works. It works out for you. I know we can't get into too detail on like what you making, but I could tell that it's from our little conversation, you happy with the direction you going with it. So
yes, most definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this though before we wrap up. Unless the ladies got any more questions.
I just want to know, what does Bianca time look like? Like, when do you take time for yourself? What do you do when it's time for you to just be like, okay, you go with your dad. This support group can wait. I'm going outside. Like, what does that look like?
So I make sure I have my time with him and without him. So you got to know how to have your me time while you got the kid and when you don't have the kid. So in the event I have him, I'll make sure he's straight wherever we are. Of course, he's always distracted with his tablet and his block. He don't need much. So I might take him out to eat with me. I'll have my little drink, or I'll go to a friend's house, or we'll go to the park, like something that can keep both of us happy, but I can also breathe for like a couple of seconds. Or I'll have someone tagging along with me. Like if we go out to eat, someone else will be with us. So, you know, I can kind of, if I wanted to, kick my feet back, have a drink or two. But I get my time in. I go out if he's with, you know, mom, sister, friend. I go out and have my time. 18 hours, 1-2 days, I'm going to get my time in. I've recently just started a self-care thing because it's so hard not to care about yourself. It's so hard to be lazy with yourself because you're so focused on caring for your kid. And I had to come to realization I cannot pour from an empty cup. I cannot take care of him if I'm not taking care of myself. So that's another heavy thing that I am promoting within my community, is making sure that we're self-caring. So what I just recently started doing is, just to get a feel of a new scenery, I got me a room. We went to stay at a hotel just so we both can be comfortable. Different scenery is not what the house we see all the time. New space, just a breath of fresh air. We was able, you know, to have some type of relaxation outside of our normal. So you just got to kind of throw it in there. If you at home, he be in his little corner, I be on the couch, minding my business, drinking my wine, laying down. And I also get that me time in the shower. Even though he interrupt me, he'll still come in, but I'll have the lights off, just in the shower. That's that quick 20-30 minute. That's also stress relieving for me as well. So you just got to really think of how you are and how you can maneuver, and you got to take advantage of that. So
I like that. Just kind of grab your little spurts when you can.
Yep.
Yeah. Nah, that's valid. That's valid. That's valid. I would say this though, before we wrap up though, I want to give you a little nugget and a little platform I think that I want you to test out. I'm a huge fan of investing in black owned businesses and black owned companies. So it's an app out there called Fanbase. They their monetization system is a lot better. And it's better to start using not even just platforms that we own, because everything black ain't the best, but it's the better it is. Throw that out there. But it's also good to have to be involved as a curator, to be involved in platforms that we can talk to the owners, that we can talk to the people that's making decisions, because that's how we grow our business. Like, you're growing a community, you're growing a business. Like, you want to be able to talk to the people that's calling the shots. They can help you and answer questions instead of going through automated to Facebook and, you know what I'm saying, the TikTok. Like, we don't know these people, we don't got access to them, so we don't know.
Right.
So I would say look into things like Fanbase and like Patreon, just being able to diversify your content. But we gonna chop it up more. We definitely gonna chop it up more about this, because I definitely love this conversation. I definitely admire what you're doing. So
thank you so much.
Everybody give BB a round of applause, please.
Thanks,
Let's give Bianca a round of applause.
My bling, I gotta show it off. Wait a minute. This my autism bling, y'all. I love showing off my little stuff.
Period.
Excited.
Right. Make sure y'all go cop that. Y'all in the audience, go cop that.
No, Jay. Say bye. Come here. I'm interrupting his time. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye. Okay.
Nah, shout out to BB, man. BB was great. That was great.
I liked her.
That was great, man. Shout out to all the autism moms out there that's holding it down.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?